So it is day one of our Marangu route. We just finished, we just had snacks, and to be honest, it wasn't as bad as I thought it was going to be, but I think the subsequent days are going to get more tough because today the hike was normally supposed to take about 3 to 5 hours, and we did it in less than 3, including lunch, which I think was really good, but I think we will have to slow down our pace tomorrow just to acclimatize. Initially, when I started this hike just today, I almost felt a little bit of anxiety because it was a little bit steeper than I thought, and I was just wondering if the rest was going to be just as bad. But once you get into it, you start breathing, drink lots and lots of water. And I think the best thing about what happened today is there was actually no rain. So we're expecting that. It's rainy season, but it wasn't rainy, which was helpful. The second we got to our camp, it did start to rain a bit, but we missed the big rainfall, and hopefully that continues on day 2. So that was day 1. Hey everybody, we made it to Marangu Huts. So we're at about elevation of 3,700 meters. And let me tell you, today was definitely more challenging than the first day. We added about 2 hours more of a hike, so it was about 5 hours. A lot of it was uphill and really steep, and there was not much chance for a break, especially right before lunch. So we literally had to work for our lunch. We worked really hard to get there, but we did it. Our feet are feeling it a little bit, but otherwise I'm feeling okay. Again, stretching routine is going to be happening a little bit later. One thing I noticed as well is that to slow us down a little bit more, this is the point when people start feeling the effects of the altitude. So luckily I'm doing okay. I notice that the breathing is a little bit deeper. It's almost like swimmer's breath is what I feel as though I'm taking when I'm actually doing my workouts. It's really, really deep inhale and deep exhale. I think that's actually helping. But our guide, John, he walked in front of us a lot of the way to set the pace for us, to keep us slow. Otherwise, things are going great. I'm not feeling too much effects of the altitude yet. No headache, no nausea, anything like that. So I'm feeling good, drinking tons of water. Probably that's one of the most hardest things, me drinking water, because normally on a good day I'll drink about 2 liters, but it's hard for me to get that in. So I'm trying my best. So that's day 2. And we will get back to you on day 3. It is day 3, and we just came back from our hike to Zebra Rock. So we're still at Marangu Huts. This is our day to acclimatize, to get used to the high altitude. So we went to about 4,000 meters, and I think for the most part people are feeling okay, but I think everyone is showing a little bit of sign of the altitude in terms of the symptoms that they're having. So whether it be a little bit of headache, a little bit of soreness, or just the breathing, as I had said before, that I'm still experiencing. I've realized just climbing up to Zebra Rock and things like that, this trek definitely needs not just strength and endurance, but you also need agility and good balance to be able to do this. And I totally admire people that are doing it at an older age, because I honestly don't know if I will be able to do that when I'm like 70 years old, but there's definitely some people here that are doing it. We are above the clouds, as you can see. It's pretty awesome. It's great. But in another aspect of it, it's kind of bad because I already missed 2 views of Kilimanjaro. Other than that, things are great. I'm feeling great, and I'm really excited. And I think part of it is just all the adrenaline I have, and excited for day 4 tomorrow. It's an altitude of 4,700 meters. A lot of people are starting to experience effects of altitude sickness, but for the most part, we're doing okay. It was really tough to get here today. It wasn't even steep at all, but literally we were just putting one foot in front of the other and just not looking at where we had to go, but just looking directly in front of us. And I think that's probably going to be the plan for tomorrow. We're going to be starting to walk at 12 a.m. So we're not even going to get to sleep. We've heard that it's very hard to sleep at this altitude anyway, so we're not expecting to sleep.
So when you wake up around 11, make sure you have to put enough layer, sunglasses, sunscreen. And actual guys, when you go to the summit, most people, they lose appetite. They don't to eat a lot. So if you have something like this packet of juice and this mass will be enough. Also, if you have more things, you can carry it yourself. But I'm going to give you this, this for you. On this part, other parts will be very, very tough. Don't give up. We are here. We are here to support you, to make sure that you go to the top of this mountain.
So, so that is our day 4. Hey guys, so I'm back and I'm finally giving my review on the last summit night climb that we did when we climbed Mount Kilimanjaro in November 2015. Throughout the climb, our guides kept telling us to go pole pole, which means slow, slow, don't go too fast, otherwise you will have more risk of altitude sickness getting to you. But for that summit night climb, I literally could not go any faster, and for the most part I had to keep up with the guides who were trying to set a pace for us. So I definitely felt the physical struggle on that one. Every step we took, our lungs were definitely taking a hit. There was a lot of work required to even take a few steps. But we still managed to do it. We still managed to get to the summit, Uhuru Peak. It was so ridiculously important to drink water on this climb, especially for the summit night, because as you get higher and higher, it gets a lot colder and you really don't feel thirsty at all. But if you don't drink it, you will be at risk of more of the altitude sickness symptoms. So we definitely tried to drink that throughout our climb. The other interesting thing is that there are absolutely no bathrooms on the last leg, which is the climb to the summit. So for 6 hours, 6 hours up and 3 or 4 hours down, there is no bathroom. So you pretty much have to go on the mountain if you have to. One of the climbers on our route actually had diarrhea as an altitude symptom, which I cannot imagine having to deal with that on a snow-capped mountain, but he somehow got through it and got to the peak as well. Reaching the summit, or Uhuru Peak, it felt like such a milestone. It was unlike any other experience I've ever had in my life. Just viewing the glaciers and the views at the very top was just beautiful. But unfortunately, it was so cold, and we were starting to have some issues with the altitude, even though we were only there for about 15 minutes with our pictures and everything, so we had to descend as soon as possible. Some things that I wish I did differently, or some things that I really thought were great. So in terms of what I would have changed, I definitely would have trained core and arms a little bit more. On the way down, which was an additional day and a half, it was ridiculously difficult on my shoulders and my upper body because of the heavy backpack, which had been on my back for the additional 4 days prior to. So I definitely should have trained arms, especially a little bit more core for that summit night climb with the bear crawl. I think that would have been more positive than what I did, which was focused on cardio and lower body strengthening for the most part. The Marangu route was awesome. It was all huts all the way through. The Harambo huts were my absolute favorite. I think part of the reason why we had such a positive experience with the huts was because we went low season, and because we went low season, there was a lot of positives that we got. It was a lot cleaner. It wasn't busy at the peak. We didn't have to wait to take pictures, but I've heard people have to wait like over an hour sometimes because of the lineup, because of how busy it is up there. So overall, it was a fantastic experience. I highly recommend it to anyone who might be considering it or might be game for something like a trip like this. It was a humbling, wonderful adventure, and I'm really glad I got to do it with my partner. And for any other questions or comments that you guys might have, don't hesitate to ask. I hope you had as much fun watching this Kilimanjaro series as I had making it, and I look forward to working on my next series hopefully soon. So don't forget to subscribe to Posture Me Perfect, and we have lots more exciting stuff coming up soon.